Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Road to Gold. This one, as you can probably see, is with the M4A1, which is the first gun on the menus, the first assault rifle that is listed in the game. So naturally, I figured I would start with this one. And first things first, I love this gun. This gun is actually my second most used. Well, I have the second most kills with it, with any gun. The only gun that I have more kills with is with the Type 95, which I used religiously for like the better part of 3 prestiges. So that one is going to be hard to top. But this one is actually, yes, my second most used gun. And that might be a little bit of a surprise to some of you because I think I only have like one other video that I posted with this, and it was an M4A1. And I love it a lot, and I don't really know why, because it's certainly not the second best gun in the game, that's for sure. But, alright, let's get to it. My road to gold with this one was not a very fruitful one. It was actually pretty frustrating. It took me a while to get a good gameplay at least. And, I mean, that's not to say that I didn't do good with this gun or I don't do good with this gun. I do, but getting a YouTube gameplay with it is a whole nother thing in general. I was probably going at it for like the better part of 3 days trying to get a great gameplay. I even got a little frustrated and had to do that live comm with the gun that you guys saw because I really, nothing was happening with it. But eventually I got this one, and it's nothing absolutely mind-blowing, but it's a pretty high kill game, and it's definitely good enough for me to say, alright, that's a good video to do my road to gold, and I am moving on. But enough of me rambling, time to get to the actual gun itself. The M4A1 is a very good assault rifle for close to medium ranges. It has a super fast fire rate, and at close range and even at medium range, I personally think it outguns almost every other assault rifle. I think it'll outgun the ACR, even the G36 at close range, just because of how fast the fire rate is, and how quickly you can get your shots off. The down part of the M4A1 is it has low damage and high recoil, which, surprise surprise, means it sucks at long range. You really don't want to use this at long range, especially if you have like a silencer like I usually use with it. If you're at long ranges, it's going to be at, I don't know, at least a 5-shot kill in my experience. And with the high recoil, it is not an easy task to bring people down. People will outgun you with the ACR, they'll outgun you with the Type 95, they'll outgun you with the MK14. Oh, this part is hilarious. Double knife streak. This guy, I kind of felt bad for that guy. I pick up the striker, and I don't know, I kind of wanted to die. I don't get myself killed on purpose necessarily, but it's an M4 video, so I didn't want to be running around with the striker. Anyway, I got distracted. So yeah, when it has the high recoil that it does and the low damage, you just do not want to be firing this at long range. The Type 95, the MK14 snipers will all outgun you at long range. This definitely plays best close to medium range. You will outgun Type 95s and like ACRs, all those type of guns at close ranges, just because it is far more practical to use this M4 with a high fire rate. Now, personally, I recommend staying at medium range for ideal results with this gun. Point being, at close range, even though it'll outgun most other assault rifles, it will be outgunned by pretty much every submachine gun and the dual FMGs. This is still an assault rifle, even though it's a close range one. So what you want to do, ideally, is stay at medium range when it has a pretty good fighting chance against every other gun in the game. It should therefore come as no surprise to you that I got this gameplay on Underground, which is pretty much the most medium range map in the game. There are some long-range scenarios, some close-range scenarios, but overall, a lot, and even most of the encounters, I'd say, are probably medium range. It's a medium-sized map, etc., etc. So, the M4 plays great on this map. I would highly recommend it. Obviously, there might be some better guns depending on your style of play, but the M4 is definitely a good rushing assault rifle. That is one of the main reasons why I use it a lot, and that's one of the main reasons why I use it on this map, because this is a good rushing map. If you like to play a fast-paced style, I think that you'll really like the M4A1. It is, a gun that plays well at close to medium ranges, like I've said a million times already. So if you're a rusher like me, the fast fire rate should, be highly beneficial to you. You should play really well with it. Even the hip fire is pretty decent considering the high fire rate. You can get a lot of shots off at close range and probably take a good amount of people out. Like I said, you're not going to have consistent results at close range because you're still going to be beaten by most submachine guns. But overall, you'll fare pretty well against most other assault rifles, that's for sure. Other things that I think are worth mentioning are that it has a great reload speed. You almost don't need sleight of hand with it because it's pretty fast in general. And the iron sights on it are decent. You know, they're not amazing. If you want to run with the red dot sight, that's totally fine. I understand it. But I find the iron sights pretty useful. I think they get the job done. Proficiencies, usually I'll stick with kick, as like I said, it does have kind of a high recoil because of the fast fire rate. If kick's not your thing, I'd just go with 2 attachments, honestly. I usually run with silencer and either extended mags or silencer and red dot sight when I go with 2 attachments. And that's pretty basic. You know, I'll go with that for almost all these assault rifles, but you know, it works for the M4, works for most of them. So yeah. What maps does it play well on? Well, obviously it plays well on Underground, as I love it on Underground. Other medium range maps, you know, Hard Hat, I think it plays pretty well on Bakara. There's a lot of medium range exchanges on there. And even Interchange, I think if you play it right, Interchange is usually considered a long range map, but you can play it in ways where, you know, you can get up close into the enemy's face, and I kind of like it on that as well. So, you know, that's basically it. Quick recap, I kind of actually had trouble getting great gameplays, but I still do love the gun a lot. I'd highly recommend it. It was a great gun to get gold. It's a fun gun to play with. Kind of plays like an SMG, even though it's an assault rifle. So I think if you're a rushing player, you'll have a lot of fun with the M4. Well, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the first video of Road to Gold. Final score 72-12. If you have any tips on how I can improve the series, or if, you know, you just liked the way it is, let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. Once again, thanks for watching. See you guys later.